To Ross Feingold, political analyst who's in Taipei. Ross, I know you're going to say this is a storm in a teacup because you have represented the Republican Party in Asia. So you have a certain affiliation to Donald Trump's party. But this now, with the start of an impeachment proceeding against the president, how serious is it in your opinion?
Well, I think the challenge was on display when the reporter a few minutes ago asked Congressman Schiff, the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, what is the impeachable offense? And the answer was, well, there may be some potential impeachable offenses, keeping in mind that the impeachment process is inherently political. It's not a criminal offense issue, so it's inherently political. We're going into our presidential election campaign season, and the Democrats are going to need to make the case, so maybe they will find facts that rise to the level of impeachment. Clearly, they're not there yet, and they're going to have to spend a lot of time investigating. Obviously, the Trump administration is going to fight every stage of the investigation. Some of this might wind up in court, but the administration will be reluctant to produce witnesses or documents, as they were with the call transcript or the whistleblower's complaint. And it's going to be very difficult for the Democrats to make the case, and they run the risk of repeating what happened with the Russia investigation. That won't necessarily help them win back the White House. And that's why a lot of commentators say the Democrats' best chance is not pursuing this as impeachment, but to take it to the voters as part of the presidential election campaign next year. But the problem with that is they don't have a candidate yet. They have to go through their very difficult primary process. They still have over 10 candidates fighting it out. And one of those candidates is intimately involved in what's caused this whole controversy to begin with. So it's just not an easy solution for the Democrats to bring this to impeachment. But as an interim, and as a political tool and to appeal to their base, they'll pursue the ongoing investigation. But again, we saw how much Congressman Schiff struggled to give a very short and clear answer that really will capture the attention of the public.
Okay, so the Democrat you're talking about is Joe Biden, former vice president. There's no evidence at the moment of any wrongdoing regarding Hunter Biden, his son, or Joe Biden, the presidential hopeful. But there is an allegation against President Trump, as we know. One of the things that Adam Schiff talked about was how grateful he was to the whistleblower for actually coming out with the whistleblower's concerns. We don't know if it's a he or a she, but the whistleblower is a member of the intelligence community. I believe there's, I'm not exactly sure of the title. I think it's Inspector General of the U.S. intelligence community. That Inspector General has said that that testimony of the whistleblower is a matter of urgency. So far, Congress has not been able either to meet the whistleblower or to see the whistleblower's testimony. Now, that's a bit weird as well, because surely Congress should be allowed to see this if it's as serious as we believe.
And that's why some of this might wind up in court, because Congress might actually have to go to court to request that the whistleblower's report be produced in accordance with the law. Obviously, up to now, the administration is interpreting the law differently, and they certainly have that right. And it's a battle. It'll be a battle between the two branches about whether or not the report is required to be produced. But the process required the Inspector General to bring it to the Director of National Intelligence, and the Director of National Intelligence took the view that I'm not required. He received legal advice from the Justice Department. Of course, you could say the Justice Department is looking out for the interests of the Trump administration, and that may very well be so. But they followed a process, and they reached this conclusion that they don't have to produce the report. Obviously, the House Democrats have a dramatically different view. So that's just going to be one of the many battles that are going to come in the days and weeks ahead as this process plays out.
Ross, thank you so much. Always appreciate your contributions here on TRT World. Ross Feingold, political analyst, speaking to us from Taipei.